Welcome to Pardon the Penetration. I'm Jay.
And I'm T.
What are we talking about this week?
Oh, well, we had a lot of personal achievements that came up. You gave your talk at Diana Initiatives.
Yes.
I recently passed my certification.
Yes.
So we decided we wanted to talk about, certifications of people.
The eye rolling topic.
It's the big topic in the tech space.
Do you get your certification? Do you get this degree? What we doing? You know what? First of all, let's talk about what we got going on. What are our credentials? I should go first.
No. You can go last because you're the most credentialed person in the room right now.
Sir, I know you ain't talking. Go ahead and speak.
So,
talk your stuff.
I just have, my bachelor's and my master's in information assurance.
Just his master's?
Yeah.
Just his master's.
With my specialization in cybersecurity, and I recently got Security Plus certified.
Okay.
Yeah.
That is still a major accomplishment.
It is.
Okay. So my credentials are: I have my bachelor's. Here you go.
Drum roll.
Here you go, man. I have my bachelor's degree. I'm currently in grad school working on my master's, and I have about 11 something certifications. I have my Security Plus. I have my SSCP. I have a cybersecurity and privacy law certification from a law school, and I have my GLEG Law of Data Security and Investigations.
Okay, you just certified all around the board.
Pretty much. So I guess this is where let's talk about how we even got here, the routes that we took, right? So Trent he already mastered up, right? Yeah. I'm trying to get like the big dog. I'm trying to get like you.
But then I was trying to be like you and get my certification and get certified in these InfoSec streets.
Okay, to keep it real, honestly, when I got my position, I think I talked about this, how I got my position with the company. Mm-hmm. So, it was a promotion, but in order to get my position, I had to have those certifications.
Right.
So I hold a significant position in the company. So I guess a part of it is, even though I have my bachelor's degree, in order for them to give me, this much responsibility, they wanted to know that I actually knew my stuff.
Right.
Can we put her in charge of this? So that's kind of why I had to do what I do. That's why I have my certifications before I even thought about getting my master's.
Right. And on my hand, I was trying to get into the field, and, student loans was coming up due. So I was like, man, I need to, put these on deferment. And also, no one knew really what information studies was. So I went back to school when I got my master's, and that opened up the door for me to get my job, which ended up paying for my certification.
Okay, so your route was really to avoid paying back Sally Mae. Sally Mae, yeah. If you seen that, he was trying to duck and dodge you.
Sally Mae and government, but I was like, nah.
For the most part, the decision I made to go to grad school was because it was just easier for me to do it now, right?
Right.
At the end of the day, since I was studying, I have 4 certifications.
So I'm like,
since my brain is, if my brain is already used to studying, I might as well go ahead and knock it out before, I decide to settle down or something and have kids. And, not saying you can't have kids and, do masters. I just rather not be doing both at the same time. But, and then I wanted to be on boards.
Okay.
And I know for the future of my career, I want to be a CISO, somebody CIO. It's easier for me to go ahead and do it now versus then waiting later on.
Right.
Yeah.
So in the same sense, I was going to be the first person in my family that had a master's, and I was just like, I need some more technical experience behind me, some type of backing. So that's why I went ahead and got my master's. So I figured, I'll get a better paying job. People know what cybersecurity is. They know what information assurance is. So
okay, let's talk about that bag then. Do you think having your degree, those certifications, helped your bag?
Not initially off the bat, because I didn't have any experience at that time. As far as I was just entry level, so it's kind of like, well, what does he know? So I didn't have any real work experience to prove. I think now that I have my degree, my couple years of experience, and my certification, now I can actually progress for my bag. I can negotiate a little bit better. Hey, this is the range I want to be in, and this is why I should be there. This is what I did, and this is what I did, my experience and what I did outside of work to get there.
Okay. Well, obviously, I can't really speak on that much because clearly it helped my bag. Like from what I was making before to now, definitely significantly helped my bag. But I don't know. I feel like with the obsessions with getting certifications, getting a degree, it's like you automatically think you're gonna be making bank. It's not sweet like that. It really does not happen like that. So,
and one of the guys I work with, he had his A+ and his Network Plus fresh out 18, and everyone was like, nah. We don't want you. Like, you got this, but you don't have enough experience for me to like actually put you on my job.
What would your advice be if somebody asks you to degree or to certification?
The degree, it really depends on your path. If you don't know where you want to go, I would say go with a degree first. If you're still trying to get this overall view, because with that degree, you can have an overall view and then kind of specialize with the classes. You can take your time and see, well, I don't really like, the offensive side. I may like data governance or something like that. With certifications, you're sitting up here, you're spending this money and you're investing this time for to actually say you want to be in this specific area. I mean, if you're starting off with Security Plus, then I would say go get your Security Plus. But if you're like trying to be like, oh, I want to be like certified ethical hacker, I want to get my GSAC or something like that, I would frame it that you may want to, and you have no idea what you want to do, you may want to try and get your postgraduate degree if you don't have one already.
Okay. My advice would be different. If you personally came to me and asked me, should you get your certification, should you get your degree, I'm going to tell you straight up, get those certifications. If you get those certifications, especially when you specialize in something.
Right.
So that's like AWS. If you got Security Plus, CISSP, demonstrate your knowledge, blog about it, get your GitHub, learn some Python, make sure that you're actually putting yourself out there. You'll have to be willing to put in the work, but you will still get that bag. You will still get paid, especially when you got like specialized. Like AWS, you're making bank.
Yeah, we'll get into that later.
But if you work for a company that is going to pay for your master's degree, your bachelor's degree, I would definitely tell you go ahead and get that degree. Go ahead and get it on their dime, even though you might have to make that sacrifice with, spending an extra 2 years with that company, because some companies do have a policy on that. But if it's for the free, go ahead and do it. It's definitely worth it. It's an investment into yourself. But if money funny, because I'm actually paying for my graduate degree out of pocket. So
I know that pain.
It's an investment. It's an investment. So I won't talk too negatively about it. But if you have that opportunity, I definitely say, yep, go ahead and get a degree. It could never hurt you. But otherwise, definitely get them certifications, prove your knowledge. And there's so many self-learners out there that are doing so well for themselves. If it's different strokes for different folks, right? College may not be for everybody. Some people learn in different ways. So go with the route that goes best for you.
I totally agree.
Before you drop that money. And the crazy part is grad school costs so much money. And NYU and Georgia Tech actually have like one of the cheapest grad programs for cybersecurity. I was just like, even though I didn't go that route, I was like, there are not ways to make it happen. Yeah. But
where were they like 3 years ago when I was getting mine? Like 2-3 years ago.
I mean, even though they were here, I just chose a different path.
Right.
But yeah, that's my personal advice.
That's good. So during your certification process, like what did you do? Like, because I know some people. You saw I put on Twitter that I passed my certification.
Ooh, you had that juice
for a little bit.
You had the juice
for a little bit. I was trying to be like you.
Here you go, man. Here you go.
You over here getting what I got in interactions, was what you get on a easily weekly basis.
Oh my God.
So, but everyone kept asking, well, how did you pass it? What did you do? Do you want to give people stuff that you did?
What did I do? My last certification, I guess that really can't count, because my last certification was the GAG Law of Data Security and Investigations. That's through SANS. So I took that week-long course. With that course, you get the on-demand online classes, and then they give you like 90 days of access to that web portal. You get all the books and all supplies. So basically, for me, I already went through the training. I gave myself a month in order to pass that certification. Mind you, I was still in grad school also. So it was like I had to really discipline myself to, I read through the books and then I did a practice exam. SANS gives you 2 practice exams. You don't have to take it. If you feel like you know the information well enough, you don't have to take it. You can actually give those practice exams to somebody else.
Do they have like do those expire after a while? Or?
Yes, they expire after a while.
All right.
So it's normally the practice exams, they last a little bit longer than the access to the web portals, but yeah. So that one I feel like don't count. When I first was getting my Security Plus and SSCP, so I had no security knowledge, right? Well, whatever I learned in college, but I really had no security knowledge. Right. And at one point I was studying for like my Network Plus, but I had to self-learn for both my SSCP and my Security Plus. Jeez. So what I did was I read through the book. For me, reading through the information once helps, and then doing the practice exams helps a lot. So I read through the book. I did the practice exams because I think the hardest part about those certifications is the way they ask the question.
Yeah,
it's like it's not knowing the definition so much as knowing how to apply, because you have to think like a manager,
right? So
you have to know how that information applies.
You gotta know the best answer, even though like
all of them are right. You gotta really know your stuff to know how to protect the network, protect your organization at best costs. So what about you? What did you do to prepare for the Security Plus?
For me, I actually started reading Michael Myers' book in October because my boss was like, hey, we want to get you certified. So I started reading in October. So then after I finished in about December, we were supposed to have study sessions. We had a couple study sessions outside of work. And then, stuff picked up for work, like SOC audits and things. So kind of fell off. So then he came back in like June-ish, July-ish, and was like, hey, we want to go ahead and get you certified. So I'm like, okay, I don't want to read a book again, because he brought the Daryl Gibson book. I'm like, I don't want to read another book. I already read through this. So I decided to listen to Professor Messer YouTube videos, which is amazing.
Yeah, this is gold.
Which he breaks it down very simple. I went through that. It was each domain. So after each domain or two, I would go and I would find the practice tests online, some of the Quizlets, and I'll go in there and I'll mark off those domains. I'll start taking a test. And what I would do is anything that I got wrong or I was kind of iffy on, even though I got it right, I would create a study guide off of it.
Okay.
Yeah. And then I did the test out, had actual simulations. So I did their simulations. And then I decided to actually crack open the Daryl Gibson book and take the practice test, which was that Monday before.
Oh my God. I got a 75. He came stressing.
I was so stressed. I got 75. I was like trying to order more practice tests. But I read a Reddit. Reddit actually helps a lot. Actually finding people who relatively took the test close to when you're about to take it, listening to their advice, kind of helped. One guy was like, look, just stop taking practice tests and just go over what you got wrong. And I did that. And then, end up passing it. So
okay. You brought up test out and using it for a simulation. I want people to know it is unethical, especially if you're going for a certification exam, to use brain dumps. I think they're called brain dumps or test dumps, like stuff like that. Like, if you genuinely want a certification, make sure that you're doing it to better your career, better your knowledge, right? If you just go into a brain dump and test dump just to get the certification, like, they're gonna know you a fraud.
So what exactly is a test dump or brain dump?
A test dump or brain dump, I don't want to give the wrong definition, but it's basically where people go to, like, maybe they've taken that exam and they'll dump out everything they can remember from the exam into like a test bank for other people to use to try to pass the exam. That is unethical. I don't want to say it's illegal, but when you take these certification exams, they got like these 10 commandments that you got to abide by. So
they will snatch that certification.
They will snatch it very quickly if you do something unethical. So just keep that in mind. Don't be getting certifications just to get the certification. Know your path, know what you trying to do. And if you go ahead and use this test dump, then they gonna know that you're a fraud and you won't have no job. So don't waste your time. Don't waste nobody else's time. Just keep that in mind.
Yeah, like I said, there are some test dumps out there that are known, that people go and they take the test and they pass it.
It's just a waste of time, honestly. But like I said, it will always prove itself. Like, if you don't know what you're talking about, you don't know the definition. Can you imagine you put this certification on your resume, you don't know anything?
Oh yeah, yeah. You just remembered it for the test, and it all goes away.
It's trash.
So I decided to look up some certifications that are common for information security and for network and cloud, since those are big. Those are most questions people ask me about. With InfoSec, you have your network plus, your security plus, your basic ones. After a step up from that, CompTIA released their CISA, which is their Cyber Security Analyst Plus. Then they went ahead and got Pen Test Plus, which should be, I think, will be a replacement for CEH as far
I
as
would
the
hope
standard.
so. I heard Pentest Plus is really good.
Yeah. Then you have your CISA, which is your Certified Information Security Auditor. You have your CISSP, which is, the big granddaddy of them all. And you have your CISM. And then CompTIA also has their certified security professional.
Okay. Yeah. Whenever people ask me, what certification is good, I always say Security Plus. Security Plus is always the standard that gives you a great overview of knowledge. Difference between the Security Plus and the CISSP is the CISSP go into way more detail.
Right.
It goes down to the nitty gritty. You really learn a lot of information. I don't believe that it's really technical because they don't have simulations and stuff like that.
No.
But it's a lot more information.
Yeah. I think my boss said it was more from a managerial perspective.
Yeah, it's also for more of a managerial, even though I feel like Security Plus is a mix of managerial and testing your knowledge on the information. One thing that I definitely always suggest is doing, at least reading through a Network Plus book or a network book, because I was studying for my Network Plus, but I hated networking. I'm not even gonna lie. I looked at some Cisco stuff too. I did not like it, but having that network knowledge not only helps in your career, but it helps you in those tests. Because in Security Plus, you're going to always see network.
You have the models, the package.
You have to know all of that. You're going to have to know the TCP/IP model.
Yeah.
Also, you have to know what the different layers, which is kind of the same thing. And when you do the CISSP, they're still going to ask you about network stuff. So at least reading through a network book, if you don't have a IT or a computer science, computer engineering background, will definitely help you a lot, because you should definitely know the intricacies of how networks work.
Right.
But those were definitely some good suggestions.
And then for the network and cloud, obviously Network Plus, Security Plus. You also have CCNP, which has a cloud version. And you have AWS certified solutions. They have architect and developer. And then Google came out with their own Google certified professional cloud architect.
Okay. Yeah, those are pretty decent.
So also one thing I found, everyone wants to know which ones make the most money.
I mean, that's relative.
Yeah. So, it's all about where you live at, what the job market is.
Yes.
But I found a list of the top 10 paying IT certifications by average. So you want to start off?
I want to make this disclaimer. We're going to give you these averages. I want you to know it is all relative to your location. Right. Okay? So
don't get one of these and
if you in Kansas, Utah, Tennessee or something, do not expect these salaries to be the average, okay?
I'm out here I got a CISSP and I want 180,000.
It's not realistic, bro. It's not gonna happen. It's even if you in Florida, honestly, because it's not happening like that, and only because the cost of living for us is way much cheaper. Well, let me say up here, because Miami, Broward, it gets different.
Yeah.
So the first one is the Certified Information Systems Security Professional, CISSP, at $116K a year. So wait, no, 116.
Yeah, 116K
a year. Yeah. So
that's not Silicon Valley.
That definitely not Silicon Valley, because I don't know who's surviving off of 116K. No, most likely probably New York, maybe, but even New York is kind of expensive. But yeah, I don't know where they don't add up. Yeah. Don't add up.
Next at number 9 was the Certified in Risk and Information Systems Control, which was 117K.
The CRISC is very good for those that want if you want to work in incident response vulnerability. Those are risk management. The CRISC is definitely a good certification. The next one is going to be the Certified Information Security Manager. CISM, and that's 118K a year. Let's. I don't know. Is that reasonable? It could be reasonable. It's decent. I'm not gonna lie. People that I see with the CISM, they're normally further along in their career.
Yeah.
So I would think they'd be making more than 118K a year.
Yeah, like they're probably like in C-suite and stuff like that.
Yeah, most likely they're in C-suites, but that's definitely a manager level. But like I said, I don't know where they're getting these average from.
This is one I haven't heard in a while. Was ITIL, the Information Technology Infrastructure Library, at 120K.
I feel like it'd be like older people that been like IT for like 30 years that has that one.
Yeah, I feel like
I'm surprised it's even on the list. It's making a comeback. If
so,
let me know.
Yeah, it made the top 10 for. This was as of May 2019 when I saw this.
I don't know. I gotta see. I gotta find out who they doing the average for. Because
Right.
if I'm correct, 30 years experience most likely. Like, of course, you had to wait 30 years to make 120K.
Jeez.
The next one is the Microsoft Certified Solutions Expert Server Infrastructure, and that's 121K a year. Now, when you have like these vendor certifications, you gonna be making guap.
Yeah.
Okay, you gonna always be making money, and they always looking for people like that. So it's 121K a year for that Microsoft one. Let's see, that's probably what Washington State.
Yeah.
That's reasonable.
Not DC.
Yeah, not DC. 120K. You can do something with that. That's like entry level. Right. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, these got to be at like the bottom of the pay bands.
Yeah.
The average. But they said it's average.
Yeah,
so
it says average. So going along with the trend of these vendor certifications, you had AWS Certified Developer, which was at 130K.
All right, 130. There, I think they're in Washington. They're in Seattle.
I've seen that. I've seen that a couple times. Even over last year was about 130K.
And they're also in Texas. So if you in Texas making 130K, you in there.
Oh yeah, with the housing market, you good.
Yes.
And no income tax.
Amen. The next one is AWS Certified Solutions Architect, which I feel like is the first level AWS certification you can get, and that's at 132K a year. That's realistic.
Yeah.
That's realistic.
Next one was Certified Scrum Master 135. I wasn't too.
I've seen Scrum, and when I tell you, if I knew back in the day, I would be a Scrum Master. I'd be scrumming everything, okay?
I'm not too familiar with Scrum, so.
To me, it didn't look that hard,
Okay.
but definitely, like I said, once you got a specialty, I'm really big on specialty. If you always got a skill, specialty, you always going to keep a job.
Yeah.
So the next one is weird. Project management professional, 135K.
Yeah, I mean, I can see with like consultants and people doing projects, like it's big in demand.
Interesting. I don't know how I feel about that.
Yeah.
But I can see it. I can definitely see it.
And then the big one, topping at number 1, Google Certified Professional Cloud Architect at 139K.
That's still entry level money. If you think in Silicon Valley, that's probably like mid-career.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that's still not bad. 139. That definitely got to be coming from Silicon Valley at least.
Right.
Yeah.
But one thing we did want to tell people is with some of these certifications, you can't just jump right in and then get certified. You can't just say, hey, I'm going to take the CISSP and then boom, I'll make 116. Like there's process. Like you get provisionally certified, but you have other stuff you have to meet, like a year requirements.
Yeah, some of them I know. So CISSP, you can be a associate CISSP, and that just means you probably just need more working experience in order to be a full CISSP. If you have like an advanced degree, say you have like a bachelor's degree, master's degree, they'll substitute that year out. If you have like another certification, sometimes they'll substitute that out. Same for ISACA certs. You said that they allow you to be associate for ISACA certs, but I know you need 5 years minimum for that.
They probably do, but I know definitely for CISSP you can be associate.
So
you'll be provisionally certified. Like all of them, you will be provisionally certified. You just have to meet those requirements.
IC Square for sure does that, but when it comes to like CISM, CISA, they definitely want you to have like 5 years before you even think about sitting for their test.
Oh, yeah.
And normally you see people that are a little bit more advanced in their career. So managers, auditors, they tend to have those certifications.
Right.
But definitely get a certification that aligns with you, your career path, know what you're trying to do. Don't be out here just getting like don't be out here being like a cert junkie.
Right.
Like, having all these others behind your name just to have them. Like,
Have
that does nothing.
Yeah, have a goal. Like
Have a purpose.
mine's already been mapped out for me. Like it was security plus, then it's CISA is kind of optional if I want to do that. CISSP and CISM are what's supposed to be on my radar.
I do a training class for the CISSP later on this year, so that's definitely going to be. I've been saying I wanted to do this exam for like the past year.
Okay.
But it just felt so intimidating that I just haven't done it. But that one, I'm just gonna buckle down and go ahead and do it. After the CISSP, not too sure what I want to do because I'm really into privacy. But you see, I already got 2 privacy certifications in law, so I don't know. But CISSP is definitely on my list.
Okay.
But I think that's about it. Like, use your own discretion. It's up to you. If that degree is free, go ahead and get it. But it's all up to you if you want it. Because there's some people out here without those degrees, those AWS people, they get money.
Yeah.
Like, definitely. Even people that know Kubernetes, Docker's, the cloud.
Yeah.
That cloud stuff, definitely. Azure, you definitely in there like swimwear.
Yeah, and you can, if you're still looking for a career path, CompTIA, that's where I found most of my stuff at. CompTIA, if you type in CompTIA, like career roadmap PDF, they'll have a PDF where it maps it out for like 5 different ones. You can always talk to different security professionals or IT professionals about which ones they have and things like that, just to get a broad idea of what's being looked around.
One thing I've done is I actually use LinkedIn. So what I used to do is I used to stalk people's LinkedIn. I had to switch my mode to like so where you don't know who viewed your profile. But I used to search up job titles and then I would look at people's profiles and then I would see their career path. Like, so they had the security analyst first and then they moved up. Now they're the manager. Now they're CISO, stuff like that.
Okay.
So sounds kind of stalkerish, but that's what I've actually used. Seeing people's paths is interesting.
Yeah.
But definitely ask questions.
Yeah.
But I think that's about it.
Yeah. Did you have any
church announcements? Yes. Besides Tampa, they opened up their call for papers officially. So we're gonna get my dog to submit a call for papers. We're gonna work on this.
Okay, I've had to figure out what I'm gonna talk about. I was not aware of this, that I was gonna be pushing paper until
you
now.
Gonna have to be great. You can't be my friend and not be great too.
That is true.
So we're gonna figure it out and we gonna submit it.
Okay, when's the due date?
I am not too sure. That's a good question.
All right.
I'll
check on that
probably next week, or I'll probably tweet it under the link tomorrow.
Okay. There is actually a new IRS scam going out. I tweeted about it, posted on like a couple social media accounts.
Is that where they're telling you about your social security number?
Yeah. Well, they're sending you through the IRS is supposed to be like contacting you through email, but the IRS doesn't contact anybody.
They show up at your door.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, they did wrap it. They did make an announcement about it. So.
Okay. All right. Well, that's all we have.
Yeah.
I'm Jay.
I'm T.
And that's it.
Hit like, subscribe, and smash that notification button.